So for a country that's committing genocide in Gaza, it's hardly surprising that they're shooting innocent civilians in the West Bank. I mean, it's just the way the Israelis operate. There's just nothing surprising here at this point.
So, what do you do when you're on trial for bribery, corruption, and abuse of power? A regular citizen goes to court. A regular democracy lets the process unfold. But Netanyahu? He goes for the plot twist of the year. He asks for a pardon before he's even convicted, and he does it in the middle of a war carried out in the name of moral purity and self-defense. It's like catching a kid with chocolate all over his face, and he says, "I didn't eat it. The chocolate attacked me first." And that's where the circus begins. Circus.
A couple of things I wanted to discuss with you. First of all, this almost unprecedented request by Prime Minister Netanyahu to his own president, Isaac Herzog, for a full pardon involving these bribery and fraud charges that have been brought against him, for which he's been standing trial, albeit with multiple pauses because of the ongoing war in Gaza. What do you make of this?
Well, I think that Netanyahu faces two big problems. One is a national commission that looks into who's responsible for October 7th, and he wants to avoid that like the plague. And then there's this trial that's going on where there is a lot of evidence that he's guilty, and he wants to shut that down for obvious reasons. And President Trump has on a number of occasions said that Netanyahu should be pardoned. And by the way, he's making the argument that he should be pardoned before he's even found guilty.
Right.
And now the president of Israel himself, Isaac Herzog, has been asked to pardon Netanyahu. And I read Herzog's statement on the issue, and I think he understands that if he pardons Netanyahu, he is playing with fire. This is not to say that he wouldn't do it. But if you purport to be a democracy like Israel does, you have a deep-seated interest in making sure that people pay attention to the rule of law. And given that Netanyahu has been charged and this trial has been taking place, it seems to me that any self-respecting democracy would want to see the trial play out and see whether there's a conviction or not before you get a pardon.
Yeah, 100%. Totally agree. The other very contentious thing that came out of the weekend about the situation in Gaza, it was actually on the West Bank, actually. This was video emerging that showed Israeli security forces shooting dead 2 Palestinians who had apparently, from what we saw on the video, surrendered in the occupied West Bank. And after they had surrendered, they were then ushered back into this area they had come out from and were shot dead, which many think was a breach of the Geneva Convention, which was a clear execution, therefore a war crime. Israel says it's investigating, but what did you think of that?
Well, I find these cases hardly surprising at all. After all, Israel has been accused of waging a genocide in Gaza. And genocide is the crime of all crimes. And all sorts of people believe that Israel is committing a genocide. A large number of human rights groups have investigated this issue and have concluded that genocide is taking place. The UN has set up an international commission to investigate it and has come to that conclusion. Prominent scholars, including Israeli scholars, have come to that conclusion. So for a country that's committing genocide in Gaza, it's hardly surprising that they're shooting innocent civilians in the West Bank. I mean, it's just the way the Israelis operate. There's just nothing surprising here at this point.
Professor John Mearsheimer lays out 2 core problems. An investigation into who failed on October 7th. Netanyahu allegedly wants to avoid that like fire because if responsibility is traced, the spotlight turns toward him. It's easier to bomb Gaza than to face accountability at home.